Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Very clear.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you too. Awesome, great. Sorry, I'm late, and this time I actually have a very good excuse. There's a great devotee. Should I speak in Hindi?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can we give
Okay.
little bit? I'll introduce you, Prabhuji. So that
Yeah, please, yeah, go ahead.
हरे कृष्णा। हम बहुत बहुत फॉर्चुनेट हैं, हमारे बीच में इस ग्रेस महाउत्सव को हैं।
तो मेरा नाम महाउत्सव नहीं महोत्साह है। महाउत्सव कोई और होगा, मगर मेरा दूसरा नाम है।
एक्चुअली प्रभु जी के अंदर बहुत महाउत्सव भी है। प्रभु जी, हम आपका बहुत समय से सुन के आ रहे हैं। हम मैराथन स्टार्ट करने के पहले से ही काफी कितनी भी लेक्चर्स आपका थे बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के ऊपर, हम सब सुने। इवन लास्ट ईयर भी सुनने के बाद डिवोटीज का बहुत उत्साह आया और काफी अच्छा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन किए।
आप मेरे ऊपर बहुत कृपालु हैं। और आप बहुत टाइम वेस्ट भी कर रहे हैं मेरे प्रवचन।
एक्चुअली नहीं प्रभु जी, दैट इज अ फॉर्चुनेट कि हम आपका संपर्क में आए। प्रभु जी का हम मेरे को कैसे पता चला, एक बार एक मोहन रूप से एक मैसेज आया था कि प्रभु जी ने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाए हैं, तो 4211 बुक्स। हम लोग तो पूरी हफ्ते 40 भक्त लोग मिलके बांटने के बाद ये स्कोर आता है। सो हमने सोचा कि नहीं, इस बार एटलीस्ट 40 लोग मिलके एक दिन में ये रिकॉर्ड करना है। सो हमने
कर सकते हैं।
हमने भोपाल में प्रयास किए और उस रिकॉर्ड को हमने तोड़े थे। सो देन एटलीस्ट का अकेला नहीं, बट हम सब मिलके। सो उधर से हमने कैसे करते 40 लोग मिलके हमने इतना रात को 12 बजे तक हमारा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चला। और सारे हमने वैसे तो रोड टू रोड तो नहीं, कुछ रिकॉर्ड में अराउंड 200 बुक्स कम हो गया था। देन हमने जान पहचान लोगों को हमने अप्रोच किया। But what Prabhuji is doing is completely amazing. और प्रभुजी बहुत ही यंग एज में न्यूयॉर्क में गए थे कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ने के लिए। 2014 में प्रभुजी ने टच में आए हैं इस्कॉन डिवोटीज का, और हरियाणा और पढ़ते हुए संकीर्तन में और डीप साधना बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ये सब करते थे। 2016 में प्रभुजी ने पूरा डेडिकेट किया।
तो मुझे नंबर सुनना ठीक से मालूम नहीं, 2016 का मतलब 2016 है क्या?
यस प्रभुजी, यस 2016।
अच्छा, ओके, ठीक है। हाँ,
प्रभु जी एक्चुअली ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किए एंड देन बहुत अच्छे जॉब भी मिल रहे थे। बट प्रभुपाद का प्रसन्नता के लिए प्रभु जी ने वो अच्छी जॉब को छोड़ के और प्रभु जी ने बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए अपने जीवन दिए। प्रभु जी लिंक हो गया अभी नहीं हो। ओके, सो देन प्रभु जी का एक बहुत बड़ी त्याग थे। इसके बाद अभी प्रभु जी ने 10 ब्रह्मचारी के साथ उनकी तरफ से तो प्रभु जी ने अभी अटलांटा
हरे कृष्णा
10 ब्रह्मचारी के साथ। और हम आज मौका मिलेगा एंड प्लीज ध्यान से सुनना। प्रभु जी has created history and प्रभु जी ने प्रभुपाद को बहुत पसंद किए हैं। प्रभुपाद ने बोले कि कितना अब मेरा किताब मैं जीवित रहूंगा। He is making Prabhupada dreams comes true. हम प्रभु जी हम हृदय से चाहते हैं कि आप हमको आशीर्वाद दीजिए और प्लीज टेल अस सो दैट वी कैन ऑल बिकम डेडिकेटेड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर and then we can always be a humble servant of Srila Prabhupada. Please प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, आपको आपकी आशीर्वाद मुझे चाहिए, और मैं देख सकता हूँ कि आप ऑलरेडी डेडिकेटेड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर हैं। तो मैं आपसे आप सब भक्तों से से निवेदन करता हूँ कि आप मुझे माफ कीजिए, मैं थोड़ा आज लेट हो गया, क्योंकि ये इधर अटलांटा में एक बहुत महान भक्त, उनका नाम चारुदेशना प्रभु है। चारुदेशना प्रभु वो श्रील प्रभुपाद के शिष्य है, और पूरे हम उनका पूरा जीवन ये संकीर्तन यज्ञ में, वो पुस्तक वितरण में, में सैक्रिफाइस में वो सैक्रिफाइस किए, वो सब वो दे दिए श्री प्रभुपाद को उनका पूरा जीवन दे दिए। और वो ये हमारा हरे कृष्ण मूवमेंट में पहला भक्त था जो 200 पुस्तक प्रभुपाद की पुस्तक वितरण किए। तो श्रील प्रभुपाद ने उनको एक लेटर भेजा, एक पत्र भेजा कि उनके सेवा से श्रील प्रभुपाद बहुत ही खुश थे। तो अब वो इस लोक से अप्रकट होने की लीला कर रहे हैं। वो अब हॉस्पिस में थे, और हमें ये न्यूज़ मिला, वार्ता मिला कि प्रभु जी जा रहे हैं, बहुत तुरंत जा रहे हैं, इस लोक से उनके लीला अप्रकट कर रहे हैं। तो वो हमें जो हमारे दूसरे जो अच्छे मित्र है और अच्छे ये बहुत हमें शिक्षा देते हैं, बलभद्र भट्टाचार्य प्रभु, वो हमें बोले कि अब शारदेश्वर प्रभु जा रहे हैं। तो हम सब गए प्रभु जी के हॉस्पिस में गए, और उधर श्री प्रभुपाद का कीर्तन चल रहा है अभी, और उनके सामने प्रभुपाद की एक अति सुंदर पिक्चर है, और वो देख रहे हैं, वो जब करने की प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं, मगर वो बहुत खुश हैं। उनका अब जो हम ये मृत्यु संसार में रह रहे हैं, और इस मृत्यु संसार में हमें सबसे मृत्यु का भय है, हम सब मृत्यु से डरते हैं हम, मगर हम इस महान भक्त की दर्शन पाकर हम इतने भाग्यवान हो गए हैं कि हमें ये प्रभुपाद मैराथन में पुस्तक वितरण करने के लिए बहुत ही आनंद और बहुत ही उत्साह मिल रहा है उनके मिलने से। और हमें उनके मिलने के बाद इतना आनंद हुआ, और मुझे ये एक हृदय में ये इंस्पिरेशन आया कि हम इस श्री प्रभुपाद मैराथन को चारुदेशना प्रभु के मैराथन बोलेंगे आज, इस 2023 मैराथन के लिए। एक मिनट, हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, कैन यू प्लीज गिव मी सम वाटर, थैंक यू सो मच। इस मैराथन 2023 मैराथन चारुदेशना प्रभु मैराथन बोलेंगे, क्योंकि वो अटलांटा में ही 200 पुस्तक वितरण किए, और जब उनका ये उनका आरोग्य, हेल्थ को आरोग्य बोलते हैं, नहीं?
Yes.
आरोग्य।
You can
तो
speak, Prabhuji, you can speak in English also. There is no issue. And
नहीं, आप मेरा ठीक है, आप बोलिए, अगर हिंदी में बात करना है तो मैं बात कर सकता हूँ। मुझे खाली ये
no,
कभी कभी थोड़े शब्द ऐसे इधर उधर होता है, मगर मैं बात कर सकता हूँ। हाँ,
Prabhuji, like we listened your lecture in English only, so
okay,
you can, so that
okay, all right.
and then you can actually
Because my second language in school was Hindi, so I know how to read and write. I'm just out of practice. So anyway, so I was saying that we were very inspired to have had the association of Charudeshna Prabhu. He was the first devotee to distribute 200 books in Srila Prabhupada's movement, and Prabhupada wrote him a letter, telling him how happy he is with his service and determination to distribute his books. And here he was, Charudeshna Prabhu, and he could barely speak. He was almost whispering, and I went, unfortunately, I've had his association a lot in this life. A lot, not so much, but some association. And he knows me, and he pulled me very close because he was whispering, and he told me one thing. He said, "Do not stop serving Srila Prabhupada." He told me that. He said, don't stop serving Srila Prabhupada. And it was so amazing to see someone throw their body in the fire of Sankirtan. It's very amazing. We read about it. And for us, it may remain, or not for us, at least for me, it may remain like something theoretical. Sounds nice to give you a life. But when you actually see someone living for Prabhupada and then dying for Prabhupada, that's very inspiring, actually. So, I apologize for coming late. So please tell me, how may I serve you?
Prabhuji, as Prabhuji, we are actually every year all over and India around 50 devotees come for training. So and they're new to book distribution, and they have a lot of hesitations, and sometimes they're not convinced what they're distributing, and sometimes people chastise and they become discouraged, and sometimes they don't. In India, people they don't much appreciate, or they say that we have and they don't take, and whole day devotees are distributing but they're not getting any result. So and the next day they go with very less enthusiasm, and next day they go with very, very less enthusiasm. In this way, then they start counting the days when this yatra. So I was
when will my prison sentence get over?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how that after the yatra also till the loss, brother, as you Prabhuji, you are saying how the Prabhuji was gave entire life to Sankirtan. So all the devotees should be fired up in distributing books, and then every day whatever activity they'll do, they should distribute books. Such kind of desire, how we can develop, and
right. So one thing, I'll tell you one thing for sure is like we get that desire by associating with those who have that desire. Right?
Yes, that's what we are trying. That's what we are.
That's what I just did. That's what I just did. I just went and associated with that devotee. He was really fired up. And you see, I want to tell you something, okay? What you're saying, it just doesn't happen in India. It definitely happens in America also. Okay, so it's nothing new. It happens everywhere in the material world. Yes. Because we are going to go and give people something which they don't want. They're like patients reluctant to take the medicine. They're reluctant. They do not want to take the medicine of Krishna consciousness. They do not want to take it. But this is the ultimate medicine. Nivritta tarshay rupagiya manas bhava sada chotra manobhirama ka uttama shloka gunanuvada tuman virajita vina pashudna. So if we understand that this entire material existence, this is completely surrounded by this material disease, and the best cure to the disease is hearing about Krishna coming in disciplic succession. So when we go out there, we will struggle. We will struggle. You see that if there's no pain, there's no gain. We have to go out and struggle there, and it doesn't come easy. You see, I'll tell you one thing. Understand this point, and please understand this very seriously, especially if you want to really give your life for book distribution and go back home, back to Godhead in this life. That book distribution, distributing of Srila Prabhupada's books, spreading Krishna consciousness, it's not just some magic. It's not like you go and you do like some spell and like, people are like, wow, that, and all this saying, it's magic in one sense that it's Krishna's magic. Krishna will come and do his magic. Lord Chaitanya will come and do his magic. But from our side, it's not magic, but it's commitment. You see that there is no question of love without commitment. There's no question of love without surrender. You have to surrender. You have to go and give it your best. And sometimes you think, wow, when is this going to get over? My God, when is this going to get over? It's so torturous. But we have to understand that this material world is meant for austerity. This human form of life is meant for austerity. We have this human body, and this human body, which is there, you cannot enjoy so much with it. This human body is meant for austerity. It's meant for performing tapasya. So either we can go and perform tapasya as a karmi, as a non-devotee, perform a tapasya for Maya, or we can go out and perform tapasya for Krishna. But we cannot escape performing austerity. We cannot escape it. And everyone is counting their days, and people are wondering, oh, I feel so discouraged, and this happened and that happened. I feel so discouraged, and yeah, that's there. We all do feel discouraged, but we have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep going. And I'm going to tell you this. A very hardcore New Yorker told me this when I was in New York. This is also another devotee, Ram Roy Prabhu. He told me this, and I don't know, if you will understand the reference of it, but I'll say it anyway. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. You understand? Yes. When the going gets tough, like when the tough get going, that, when we are struggling, we have to, that's when you have to increase your determination to serve Srila Prabhupada. Bottom line is, we don't understand the gift we have received. Yes, it may be hard for us struggling out there, but at least, after the day of book distribution, we can come back and be in the association of devotees. We can come back and we can take prasadam. We can come back and chant and dance with the devotees. We can come back and do all these things at home. But Srila Prabhupada didn't have all these things. When Prabhupada was in the Jaladuta getting 2 heart attacks, where was his recluse? Did he go what did Prabhupada do? When Prabhupada was struggling alone in New York City, what did he do? He didn't have a temple to go back to. He didn't have some devotees waiting to make him prasadam. He didn't have all the facilities that we had. When Srila Prabhupada first came to America, in New York, it was a record cold. We're talking about distributing world record amount of books. There was a record cold in 100 years in America. That amount of cold was not there. And Srila Prabhupada was living in Dr. Mishra's studio, and he was walking from Dr. Mishra's studio all the way to Dr. Mishra's apartment simply to take a bath. Prabhupada underwent so many austerities. When Prabhupada got 2 heart attacks, Prabhupada says, my only recluse is the nectarine from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, when we're eating this plate of prasadam, we should understand how much sacrifice went into that plate of prasadam that you're eating. How much sacrifice went into it. What all do the Vaishnavas have to do for us to eat that plate of prasadam? So yeah, it may be there that may be a little hard for us out there on books. But, we have no choice. We have no choice, because no matter what, no matter who you are, this material world is a hard place. See, this is a neophyte conception to think that I'm the only one suffering. No, everyone is suffering in the material world. And there's, I remember when I was in India, there was this big craze for customized cars, they have one kind of silencer and one kind of horn and one kind of paint and one kind of wheels customized, So in this material world, we have customized karma, customized suffering specifically for you. Maya knows, she gives you customized suffering, just made just for you, just perfect, just for you to bother you and suffer, to have you suffer in this world. So as the suffering is going to be there, but if we suffer for Maya, we will get more suffering. But if we go and we suffer for Krishna, then we will get really blessed by Krishna. So bottom line, the choice is ours. What do we want to do? How far do we really want to take it? How far do we, you see, you don't have to go out and distribute books. You don't have to do it. But then what else will you do? Do you think the devotees washing the pots and cleaning the temple and doing all these things, they are not undergoing suffering? Do you think they are not experiencing that in great heat they have to cook, in great cold they have to go and do other stuff? Everyone undergoes austerity in this material world. This Nayam deho deha bajamni loke kashtan kaman arhate vidbujami tapo divyam putrakayena sadmad yasmad dhamasho sokyam tvananta. That, my dear boys, this human form of life is not meant for sense gratification. It's available for the hogs and dogs it eats too. This human form of life is meant to perform divine austerity. To perform tapo divyam. Because by doing so, you will attain Brahma Sukha. And you say this, at least every devotee who is suffering out there, if they are even if they have an iota of sincerity, they can meditate upon this verse, which I'm going to quote of Rupa Goswami. Syat Krishnama Charitadi Sitapya Vidya Pitopatapta Rasanasya Narochikanu Kintvadara Lanudinam Kalu Saiva Jushtat Swadvi Kramad Bhavati Tadgata Mula Hantri. That, when we are in this material world, we have this jaundice-like state. That, we do not like to chant the holy names of Krishna. We do not like to go and preach and sing the holy names of Krishna. We may not like it. That's due to the jaundice of avidya. But the only cure to such jaundice is continuous chanting and continuous doing of these things. So yes, when we're suffering out there, when books are not going out, when it's really austere and all these things, it's because we are undergoing, we have this jaundice of avidya. But the only cure is to do what you're doing. The only cure is to do what you're doing. So ultimately, this is the topmost nectar, is the topmost sweetness. And yes, of course, there is a balance also. It's up to the leaders to have the intelligence to guide those under them very diligently and make sure that they stay inspired in Krishna consciousness. It may be that day that devotee, if he's having too much trouble with his mind, it may be that he may be called back and, given some time in the temple, maybe given some rest, maybe given some sweets. That definitely helps out there. Give them some sweets, whatever is needed. Some intelligence is there to guide the devotees. But bottom line is, you yourself should be in the thick of it. You understand what it means to be in the thick of it. That, when the devotees see the leaders themselves going out and struggling and doing all these things for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, they also will be like, okay, this person is doing everything he's asking me to do and more. So why not go and do it? See? So yes, this is something in short, but it requires more. But remember, Maya will give you customized suffering no matter where you go. If you do it for Krishna, then that's fine. So we have to, stay inspired in Krishna consciousness by staying in touch with the holy names of Krishna, to Srila Prabhupada's book, and those who have given their lives to Srila Prabhupada's movement. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhuji, yeah. One more thing is that, like, we hear that you give more books even whomever you meet, but even though here it is favorable, but we hesitate to give more books because we think that even some books goes, we are happy because something is going. So how to think big, and whether
how to think big.
And then is it only in so I was discussing with devotees, they were saying that, Prabhuji, that's the foreign countries, people are they are very rich and everything, but in India we cannot expect such kind of thing. So is that understanding is right, or how, Prabhuji, like how we can apply that? Because we are hardly were able to distribute Bhagavatam set, but you start with Bhagavatam set, so
yeah.
So how to like, we don't even speak about Srimad Bhagavatam because we think that he's not able to give even for Gita. How is this person is going to afford for Bhagavatam? So such kind of mentality.
Yeah, that's there, and I'm always surprised as to how many amazing excuses Maya can give a person to not try to distribute a Bhagavatam set. That's really amazing. It's Maya gives ever fresh, ever increasing new desires as to why to not distribute a set of Srimad Bhagavatam. But, we see that my godbrother, Jagan Mohan Prabhu in India, and his team, I think, what's Prabhuji's name? I think Gaura Bhagavan Prabhu, they were, I think Gaura Bhagavan Prabhu and his wife or someone, they were like speaking about distributing Bhagavatams and like making a plan to distribute Bhagavatams. And then like their maidservant in their home, she was like hearing this whole conversation. She said, yeah, I will buy the Bhagavatam, and then you could take like a certain section of my salary off every month until the whole Bhagavatam is paid off. Y'all are hearing from me, but I think it'll be more effective to hear from Jagan Mohan Prabhu and the other devotees. I think he's in Bangalore or something. He's
Salem.
He's distributing books in India also. But yeah, you see, I think it's a little crazy. I mean, I think in India there's so many people. Some are rich, some are poor, some are not so poor. And like everywhere, it's not like everyone in America is rich either. FYI, in case you didn't know. But we we should just have that desire, and like you say, it's if we just make it our goal to go and do it, we should, we'll be able to do it. It's I myself, I'm sometimes I'm really surprised actually as to how some people, they look like they're really broke, but broke means they have no money, but somehow the other they produce so much. I mean, like they produce Lakshmi to pay for the set. It's mind blowing actually. I do not expect it. And some people, like I remember there's one guy. I was chanting my rounds late at night because I had a few rounds left, and I was so engaged all day because apart from distributing books, I'm also the vice president of Christian Life. So there's many things I have to deal with, and many a times I have rounds left, and I have to chant my rounds at night. So we were distributing. We stopped by in a truck stop. Truck stop is a place where, like America runs on trucks. Everything in America is transferred from one place to another. It's like big trucks, big 18-wheeler trucks. So we stopped in a truck stop, and we had our traveling Sankirtan van, and I was chanting my rounds outside, and this truck driver was trying to park next to me, and then he somehow parked next to me, and I just went to check if he had like scraped our window or something like that, and I went and I saw him. Then he was talking to his wife, and then I just thought, hey, like he's like, I was dressed like this, and I was dressed like this, and he looked at me, I looked at him, and I was like, and I didn't say anything. He looked at me and he asked me, "Are you a monk?" I said, "Yeah, actually, I'm a monk." And then he said, "Okay, wow, that's nice. I never met a monk before." I said, "Did you ever receive any knowledge from a monk?" He said, "No, I never." I said, "You know what? Let me show you something." And I pulled out the whole Bhagavatam set. I pulled out the whole Bhagavatam set. I plopped it on his truck, and I told him. I told him about what's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Like especially when you're distributing Bhagavatam sets to Americans, we there's no like help us out, we are brahmacharis, do it for Radha Krishna, or do it for we have this beautiful temple, we have Narasimha Dev in there, why don't you give some money for Narasimha, and you'll also get some books for free. No, this way you have to really have to like preach the absolute truth, putting aside all of the things. So I was just telling him, I was showing him the books, I was showing him the pictures, I showed him the Sanskrit transliteration and everything. He's like, wow, this is really amazing. I said, yeah, why don't you buy the books? And his name was Ronald. I said, Mr. Ronald, why don't you buy the books? And he said, you know what? I just got married, and I haven't given my wife a gift. So yeah, I guess I can buy these for $275. I think he gave me $300 or $275. I think he gave me $275. I said, yeah, you know what? I can buy these books as a gift for my wife. And you're newly married, I mean, when you're newly married, like, I guess people give you like some money to like go and gratify your senses or something, but this guy, got this amount of money, and then he was able to buy the Bhagavatam. And so many people. I mean, I don't know if your devotees know. Do your devotees know Scooby-Doo? Heard of Scooby-Doo? If you haven't, there's no loss or diminution in this at all. Have you heard of that? Anyway, it's like a famous cartoon. You don't know about Scooby-Doo? That's so nice. I'm really happy. Please don't know about this. But I was even thinking anyone from any kind. There's so many famous people, in America, who have actually gone and sold the Bhagavatam set to, and they have. And then people who are poor also, who seem to be poor. Like I'll tell you one thing, Ramdas Abhiram Prabhu, my God, but he was staying here with us, and he's in Vrindavan now. We had a neighbor, and he was like sharing a room with like 5 other people or something, a neighbor or someone in our neighborhood. And then somehow, Ram, that's Abhiram Prabhu, met him and started talking to him. And this guy ended up paying whatever, $320 for the Bhagavatam. And then like a few weeks or 2 weeks later, we found this guy on the street, and he was looking a little homeless. And we asked him, whatever his name was, Bobby or something, like, Bobby, like, what, why are you homeless? What happened? You say, yeah, the money that I gave you for my books were actually the money for my rent to pay. So like I lost my house, but I have the books. And we said, okay, at least until you get a place, you can just come and take prasadam with us every day, So, it's a miracle actually. I'm really like, you won't believe it, but so many people are doing it. So many people are doing it, And one practical thing is, nowadays, the apps are becoming so advanced that you can take subscriptions on your phone itself. I don't know is Bhakta Mahesh there? He must be there. He's the one who invited me on behalf of all of you.
Yes, yes,
Mahesh Seva, there he is. Wow, good to see you. On the way to becoming a brahmachari. That's the best decision. A best decision a young man can make. So you could probably do some research into seeing if there's any apps in India which allow you to take subscriptions. And you could have a Bhagavatam subscription where you do like, I don't know, whatever. How much do you sell a Bhagavatam for in India? 8,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, whatever.
8,000 Hindi, 10,000 English.
So yeah, whatever is affordable for people, you could people could do, subscriptions, and you could sell a lot of books like that actually. And if you go door to door, you know where their home is, you just have to organize yourself, and they can pay in installments for the Bhagavatam. Anyway, I'm speaking here, but Jagan Mohan Prabhu, he's doing so many Bhagavatams in India. I could give you I could give some of you his number.
Yes, sir.
I could probably contact.
I already have.
You have.
You will have nice.
Jagan Mohan Prabhu, he'll probably give you better ideas. But I'm just here. It's just I'm telling you, like a few times I've distributed lots of. It was just a fluke. It was the mercy of Krishna or something like that. Nothing special. Just mercy of my guru. And he's the one distributing the books actually. But yeah. It's this what helps us, but Maya will tell you, oh, it's that they're doing this in America, oh, they're doing this here, oh, they're doing this. I mean, I think, when I'm in, I'm in Maya most of the time, but some, when I'm, or almost all the time, and when I'm distributing books, I'm thinking, wow, like these guys in India, they really have it going for them. They have so many Indians to buy books from them, and y'all are in India thinking, wow, they're in America, and those people have so much money to buy. So yeah, the grass always seems to be greener on the other side. But the truth is this. I feel bad. There's so many devotees in the back standing. Is there like chairs or something they can sit on, or they can sit on the floor?
Here to see you, bro. Like to take your darshan.
Oh God, I feel so bad. Okay. Anyway, yes, Prabhu. So is that a good answer? Is that?
Yes, Prabhu. This is one thing. Like how to distribute. Like I heard in one of your lecture that you said that distributing a book is not a book. You have to give it a bulk. You should think that I'll give all. So how?
Yeah.
How to get that mentality? How to get that boldness?
I mean, yeah.
I can see that. Yes,
that's there. Yeah, we have to do it by hook or crook. We have to do it. How to get that boldness? Well, you just hear Srila Prabhupada and see how bold he was. He just came here by himself. He didn't have anyone. He didn't have anything, but he just went and did it anyway. And that's a good enough reason, for us to see that Srila Prabhupada, he went and did it on his own, and he was so bold. How bold is Srila Prabhupada? So bold, So we hear, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur too, he was called Acharya Kesari, Many people think it's called Simha Guru, but no, Acharya Kesari, Lion Guru. He had the determination to go and do it. And, he did it, Prabhupada did it, and should be a little bold. We should take the, I'll tell you, see, one thing is, so many devotees, even some of the brahmacharis, serving in Krishna life, sometimes I have to chastise them because they forget to take a Bhagavatam. When they're going out on book day, they forget to take Bhagavatam. And I really chastise the heck out of them, for forgetting to take the books. But you can start by taking the books out there. That'll be a big, that'll be like a big step up, by having a Bhagavatam to show. That'll be really good actually, just by having a Bhagavatam to show people. And then it's it to me, I'll tell you one thing. To me, I mean, in America, I'm distributing books to Americans, to Indians, to like all kinds of people, like whatever, Chinese or whatever. Not so many Chinese, I guess, but different races, including Indians. And it's relatively easy to distribute books to Indians, no doubt. And one thing is, it just requires some strategizing also. Like you can strategize and say, how you can actually meet people who are favorable. And I'm sure there's so many people in India who are favorable enough, just out of a matter of culture to buy the books. Actually, just a matter of culture. It's like, okay, Sadhu came and he's showing me this, and when I meet the Indians, I tell them that always quote the Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. I tell them that, I tell them, okay, who did Krishna speak the Bhagavad Gita to? And they say Arjuna. And I ask, who is Arjuna's son? And then, I'm really surprised. So many people don't know who. I mean, Arjuna had many sons, but they don't know the most famous son. I told them, like, who's Arjuna's son who entered the Chakravyuha? And then some of them get it right, some of them don't. And then, I tell them, Abhimanyu. Oh, yeah, Abhimanyu. Who's Abhimanyu's son? And they don't know. Oh, you don't know who Abhimanyu's son is? Oh, so sad. You know who Batman is? Yes. You know Spider-Man? Yes. But you don't know Abhimanyu's son. That's so sad. You should know this. It's your culture. What's the matter? Why aren't we knowing this? And I tell them, Parishit Maharaj, he had 7 days and 7 nights to live. So this is the essence. He wanted to know what a person at dying at any point of time is doing. And I asked them, are you dying? And they say, no, I'm not dying. I said, actually you are. Ever since your body was born, you're dying. You see, the body, nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata, ubhayor api trishton. That's what anayor sattva darshibihi. That for those who are serious with the truth, they understand this point that for the body, there's no such thing as life, and for the soul, there's no such thing as death. So I tell them, actually, your body is dying all the time. So, this pertains to your duty also. Pertains to your duty also. So you should know what the Bhagavatam is. And then they say, oh no, I will never read so many books. So have you heard that? I will never read so many books. And then I tell them, oh, you don't read so many books. I see. So, sir, what do you do for a living? Are you an IT guy? So many, like almost like our whole race from India moved to America to do IT. Like that's like part of their inbred Kali Yuga karma or something, So 90% of the Indians in America, I guess, are doing IT work, So I tell them, in order for you to be an IT professional, you must have read at least 900 to 1,000 books in your life, right? At least. Right? Anyone who's gone to, how many freaking books do we had? Like studying in India, how many garbage crow-like books did we have to read? So many. So we tell them, okay, so like, yeah, you read at least 1,000 books in your life to be an IT professional. Yes. I said, what's the use of being an IT professional? So you can eat better than most people. So you can sleep better than most people. So you can have a better quality of life than most people. But will this life last forever? No. So in order to be an IT professional for a temporary life, you're able to read so many books, 1,000 books. To go back to Vaikunta, can't you read 18 books? You sure can. So let me see your credit card and take your money. And they do it, they do it. Most of them do it like that, So yeah, you see, you have to be a little bold and you have to preach to them, it's bottom line is, if we don't preach strongly, we will perish. You understand? We will be finished, We should not be so shy. We should not think, not think like that. What's the difficulty? They read, they have to, oh, I don't have a habit of reading. I just saw you read your text message on your phone. So you are reading. If you like, know it or not, you're reading. They tell people, I know you're reading. I see you read text messages. I see you read the Facebook thing. Oh, no, I like to do audiobooks. I like audiobooks so much. Okay, I said, very good. These books are audio video books, When you open the book in your mind, the audio and video plays. So you can see this audio video. Or you can make an audiobook. And, I was thinking, thank God I met you. I was looking for someone who can make audiobooks. Why don't you buy the books and make an audiobook out of it? Just there's so many. They constantly, like when we meet someone and, if they're even a little bit close to getting a Bhagavatam, we should give it all we have, like all our chanting, say more mantra japa, say more tapa, say more Vedera Dharma, all these things, everything we are doing is simply to distribute these books, When we catch someone, we really have to get a good hold of them, actually, I'll tell you one thing, more than trying to distribute 4,211 books in one day, it will be nice if your entire team can distribute 25 Bhagavatam sets in a day. Or 50 Bhagavatam. That'll be much better. Because we can do small books. Anyone can go and distribute small books, But that's like child's play, to distribute small. Prabhupada wanted sets of Bhagavatams to be distributed. Prabhupada wanted sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita to be distributed. So we should gear ourselves towards it. We should go ahead and Try your level best to do this. That'll be a bigger challenge. Like set a Bhagavatam goal for your marathon. Whatever it may be. Like, I don't know how many Bhagavatams have you all distributed this entire year.
Like only we generally distribute every year around 40,000 Gitas. But
That's
Bhagavatam,
fantastic. Now it's time to distribute Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam is only 10 or 11.
10? Oh my God. Prabhu, I just did more than that yesterday. You should.
That's
10,
what
come on, 10?
we
10
need.
in the whole year? That's ridiculous. You guys, come on, you have to get your act together.
We get an opportunity to distribute only for this 2 months because they come for training. So they go for 1 hour every day, 1 hour, 1.5 hour. But for 2 months, we are full time. We distribute. Like we are out now. After 2 months, we'll go back to temple. So
okay.
But still, but that's what project, like, since they're all aimed to the distribution, that child, like how to grow, like that's what we need your mercy. Like,
Prabhu, I'll tell you one thing. Look, listen. So there was one guy, okay, we met him. His name is Bakti Jacob. Our fearless Bhakti leader, Chandan Acharya, met him. And, there's some of the things that we like to really do a lot, where we just meet someone and if we really like preach to them and make them join, like, right away on the spot. And we've done it to like a few people so far, like 2 or 3, whatever. Where just like the guy came to our Sunday feast, Devotee, you just gave me water. He came to our Sunday feast, and then like we just sat down and started preaching to him like TKG, like Tamil Krishna Maharaj style, just like started preaching to him and just, like, what are you doing with your life? This, that, and the other thing. There, just defeat all their arguments and just make him join. And the guy is joined, and he just got initiated, and he's like going forward and doing all these things. So Bhakti Jacob also, Chandanacharya Prabhu did something similar to him, not exactly the same, but something similar. And after the whole time during his Bhakti training, which is 2 months, when we all come back from book decision, we're all drinking milk together, and then we just speak about what happened on books that day, and it's like they start begging us, please, can I come out on books with you? Please. Say, oh, no, you can't come out. You have to go the Bhakti program a little bit more. You have to clean the kitchen, and like, please, can I go? Please. And then like after a few months, 2-3 months, he came out on books with me. And his first day on books, like full on first day on books with me, he distributed 3 Srimad Bhagavatam sets to America for $300. And then that whole week, when he was with me, I was like, I was telling him, do like this, don't do like this, do like this, don't. And then like that whole week, he distributed 15 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then there was another one, he brand new, he came out with me first time on books. He distributed 22 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. 22 in 2 days, 22 Bhagavatam sets. That weekend, me and him distributed 81 sets of Bhagavatam together. So even Jacob, he was new. He very new, actually. He was like 2.5, 3 months in. And like, he got out on books. But then, I was just telling Jacob, like, we just have to distribute. It's just like a mental hang-up, that we have, that like we, or like others have. It's just like distributing a small book. It's like, you may think, oh my God, do the small book. Oh my God. But you don't get so mental about doing it. So similarly, you don't have to get mental about doing it. It's just like you have to change your state of consciousness, actually. You just have to change your state of consciousness. And then, you will be able to do it. Anyone will be. I think Bhakti Jacob, he's so new. Like he's 18. He was 18. He was 18 years old. 18 years old, And can you imagine? I mean, I was just thinking these guys are so freaking lucky. I mean, like their first, like, the first, like, full day out on books, like they just did a Bhagavatam set. I'm thinking, oh my God, man, you guys are like it's so amazing. They're doing it, they're actually doing it. They're going out there, they're shooting Bhagavatam sets. It's really amazing. And it's just a matter of showing it to people. And then, he was just like so fired up, and he's like this short, like cute, 18-year-old boy. I remember the first Bhagavatam set he did. I had distributed like 2-3 Bhagavatams, and like, he saw me, and he's like, Prabhu, I also want to try. I said, yeah, Jacob, come on, go and try, go do your thing, and then, I remember this guy that he met, he was like, please, man, please, can you take this bag? And I didn't help him at all, he did it, like, please, can you do this, can you please take this bag with them, it'll be so nice, if you can take this bag with them, and, this and that. And like, he was like, and he was thinking that, like, Jacob was telling Prabhupada, he was praying to Prabhupada, please let this guy take a bag with him. Said, you know what, man, I'll do it, man. And he gave him $300 and bought the bag with him from him. Little Bakti Jacob. And then he did it like 2 more times that day. I was thinking, this is so amazing. Wow, it was so ecstatic, to see it happen. And it's like, I was just thinking that the power of desire is so strong that, and there's this one veteran book distributor, Kamalini Mataji. She's a Prabhupada disciple. She is like my own mother, basically. Like she's like my own mother. I know her very well. She knows me very well. She's seen me for the longest time. And, she came out with us on books. She's like, what, 73 or something. She's been distributing Srila Prabhupada's books since, 50 years or something, And she told me, Mahotsava Prabhu, like in my whole life, I've only done 14 Bhagavatam sets in my whole life, and all of them were to devotees. So it's my dream, to distribute Bhagavatam sets to karmis. If you can please somehow help me fulfill my dream. I said, will you give me your full blessings? And she said, yes. So then she also came out with us on books that day. That day she came out with us on books. And then Bakti Jacob distributed his first Bhagavatam set. And that day, Kamalini Mataji distributed her first Bhagavatam set to a karmi. And then, like, when she distributed the books, like, Mataji was crying, she was telling me, like, I can't believe it, Mahotsava. Can't believe it. I said, yes, Mataji, you did it, This is so amazing. She did it, Kamalini Mataji did it. And, she's such a surrendered, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she recently had a heart attack. She was chanting around one of the deities and she was having and then she started feeling something, she started having a heart attack and saying, wow, I'm going to die in front of the deities, I want to chant my rounds. And all the people say, Mataji, you have to go to the hospital. We can say, you say, no, let me die, no, let me die. Then they were like, if it's not a heart attack, it's a stroke and you're going to be paralyzed. She said, oh man, I don't want to be paralyzed. So then she said, okay, I'll go to the hospital on one condition, that you will take books for me to distribute there. And then they took her to the hospital, and there she was. The first thing when she woke up from her whole heart attack thing after it got over, first thing she started distributing books to the doctors and the nurses and all that. The first thing she did was that. She was telling me, that when she had her first son, she has 2 children, and she told her husband, you see, like, her husband is Apurva Prabhu. He's like, in his face, used to blow the minds of everyone, especially in orange, is orange halwa or some special kind of halwa that he makes. That blew the mind of any devotee who had it back in 1970 itself. So can you imagine how much better his prasadam is now in 2023? So, that's her husband. So both of them, they grihastha, they never got a job in their life. They spent their whole life as full-time devotees, distributing books and cooking for the temple and doing all that. They have children. So she said she has 2 children. And she told her husband, we can have children, but we should plan to have children in such a way that I'm not pregnant during the Prabhupada marathon. He told. So then, they planned, and she conceived her first son. I think his name is Amala Harinam Prabhu. She conceived him a few months before the marathon. And then during the marathon, Apurva Prabhu, her and the son would go to inside the store or wherever to distribute books. And then Apurva Prabhu would, be in the store somewhere in the corner in a warm place, taking care of the child and like strolling him and doing whatever, you have to do to babies. Like, thank God we don't know about it, right? But he was doing something to the baby, like to do lala gugu or whatever. And then every time, and Mataji would go and distribute books in the thing. And every time the baby needed to take nourishment from the mother, Mataji would go into like some part of the store where they would just like sell couches or something, sit on that couch, feed her son, give back the baby to her husband while he'll clean and clean the baby up or do whatever he has to do for the baby. And Mataji distributed books the entire marathon like that. And still today she's doing it. So what to speak of us? What problem do we have? Anyone here have a son or a daughter? Anyone? No. Mahesh, do you have a son or a daughter?
No.
No? Do you want to have a son or a daughter? No. What's your problem? Just go out and distribute books. You have nothing holding you back. It's just, just see, how determined she has to be to do that. Can you imagine? It's just that it's made of something completely different than us, It's so amazing Mataji is doing it, But she's doing it. She's doing it. She's doing it till today. Till today, she came out with me on books the other day. And, she came out, I distributed books for like 11 or 12 hours one day. She came and distributed books with me for so long. Hey, Mataji, what the heck? I'm like, 3 times like young, compared to her age, She did it. I see, this is crazy. She's like, yeah, Mausa. She's telling me, I don't think I can do it for like 12 hours tomorrow. Like, yeah, I know. I can't believe you did it today. I said, Maji, do you want to be dropped back? No. I want to come out here and distribute books. She did it. She really did it. And she's still out there doing it. Kamalini Mataji, she's such an amazing devotee. And yeah, it's we don't really have, you see, if you really examine and see, like, do you really have so many problems? Not really, like, come on, you don't have it. You don't really have any problems, really. It's just in our mind, you just have to go out there and do it.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Like, आप सब ready है भागवतम पाठने के लिए?
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Good. It's not enough to say Hari Bol. You have to go and do it. I also get Hari Bol, Jai, but like, we say that, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. We have to go and do the real thing. We have to go and distribute Bhagavatam. I'm telling you, like how many of you? 40 of you come on. At least 10 Bhagavatams the whole year. That's really ridiculous. How many days is your marathon?
That's the problem. How much?
How many days is your marathon? Tell me that much.
60.
60 days. 60 days, and how many of you were there? 40.
40, and on field 40. We are 46.
On field 40. And then you have backup support and all that. That's very good. So out of 40, why don't you select like at least 6 or 7 good men whose everyday service is to at least distribute one Bhagavatam set?
Yes.
Har roz, every day, 7 Bhagavatams. One fellow, whole day, find one fellow and distribute Bhagavatam. Just catch one fellow, preach, give him one shot and like make him buy a Bhagavatam. One guy, just catch him and you finish him and make him get a Bhagavatam. Just one guy. Just like have like the specialized team, who just focus on that. And sometimes what happens, I remember like, wow, there was this one event, I was working, it's called the American Tattoo Convention. And like, they have all these tattoos, everywhere on their face, on the here, everywhere. They have tattoos everywhere. I'll send you pictures. You'll be shocked to see this today. But like that morning, the first person I approached bought a Bhagavatam. Full on Mataji had tattoos here, like white Mataji. First person I approached, she bought a Bhagavatam for me. First person. I think, wow, the first person I approached bought Bhagavatam. And then 15 people bought Bhagavatam during that convention. 15 Americans. It's just nectar actually. And there's like this, what? I have the book right here. I want to read out, like, I was taking prasadam and I was, time was short. I distributed one Bhagavatam. I wanted to distribute a lot more. I was thinking, man, like, how the heck am I going to distribute more Bhagavatams? And, when I'm taking prasadam, I couldn't read from the book. So I was reading from the phone, because, we have to read. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing, right? So then that time while I was reading, then I came across this purport. And this purport actually is a secret to distribute Bhagavatams. Do you want to know the secret?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe? Okay.
Yes.
Let me just get the book real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, और devotee को question है, please लिख के दीजिए.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is in the Bhagavatam 4th canto, Rudra Gita, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. This is in the last purport. So this is
What canto? Can
there it is. Okay, it's canto 4, chapter 24, text number 79. The last purport is just one line, but in this one line, Prabhupada Prabhupada tells us the secret as to how to distribute Bhagavatam texts to Americans and Indians. Right? So I'll read the purport out now, okay? Yeah? Okay. If we persistently engage in devotional service, certainly all our desires will be fulfilled in due course of time.
Yes.
That's it. I was like, wow. That was, I just finished taking that prasadam. I tightened up my my clothes, whatever. I was like, okay, let's go. Boom. And then 15 Bhagavatam says that event. I was thinking this freaking amazing. And what are the chances? And and sometimes, I had one devotee, Mahotsava Prabhu, he always tries to beat me, but he's not successful. But he's always trying so hard. I think he beat me twice the whole time we were out there. But he was doing more saptas than me. I was saying, but I have to I was thinking I can do Saptarishi sets all day. That's no big deal by Krishna's mercy, But to distribute Bhagavatam sets, that's the real thing, So I was distributing Bhagavatam sets, and then all of it, I was really I was trying, and then in the end, I distributed only whatever in that convention there was 50. I distributed only 12, and I want to do a few more. And the last 20 minutes, 3 people bought Bhagavatam sets from me. 3 people. Sometimes you'll be surprised. I remember I was in Jacksonville, Florida. I was shooting books, and I had an hour and a half left on book distribution, and I had 18 Bhagavatam sets left in my van. I was thinking, dude, I can't leave. How can I go back to the temple with books in my van? That'll be really embarrassing. That sometimes it happens. But I was thinking this is going to be really embarrassing. And then I had Bhakta Nally with me. Nally, he's another really amazing devotee. I had Bhakta Nally with me. I was saying, Nally, man, we can't go back with all these Bhagavatams, man. He's like, yeah, still got an hour and a half left. We got to do something. We're yeah. I said, yeah, that's true. And then it's just so amazingly it happened. Within an hour and a half, 18. I sold 18 Srimad Bhagavatams in an hour and a half. I was saying that was crazy. That was a record pace, and 18 Bhagavatams. That's freaking amazing. Saying this is so nectarian. When the floodgates of mercy open, it's really amazing. And that day I distributed 33 Bhagavatam. Whole day I was distributing books from 10 o'clock all the way till 8 o'clock. And 10 o'clock till 6:30, I only distributed 15 Bhagavatam sets. And then in the last hour and a half, I distributed 18. I was saying, that was amazing. The 33 Bhagavatam, Jai, this is amazing, And then it was really nice, to go back. And sometimes it just so happens that, we do have to come back due to wrong planning or not applying ourselves enough out there or whatever. But, it happens, but we should be persistent, that like that purport, Prabhupada, in that one line, he just completely revealed it, Prabhupada showed us, So yeah, we just have to, try and, pray to Krishna.
Ruji, when you preach about Srimad Bhagavatam, can we also, when we preach about Bhagavatam, we use some standard things. But how you also use some standard, or if for each and every person you say a different thing, or is there anything which we can start with at ice breaking?
I mean, the Indians, they one way of we've noticed to stop them is by first offering them some prasad. So we offer them some prasadam, and then we introduce ourselves. Hey, we're coming from such and such a temple. We have whatever deities you may have. Whatever we have here. We are worshiping. We want to worship Radha Krishna and Narasimha and whatever. And here we are building this temple, and we're preaching Krishna consciousness to so many people are joining us, and we feed prasadam for so many people. If you why don't you like donate to us? We'll give you these books, and we'll also like whatever, your money will also help us, help renovate this temple kitchen or whatever, so many things like that, so many things which are appropriate for your situation, for your temple.
Especially for
You tell them.
Especially for Srimad Bhagavatam, how to inspire them to take Srimad Bhagavatam. Like they give only little, they'll take 1-2 books, but in order to take Bhagavatam, how we should tell them, so that it can touch their heart, and then they feel like looking into.
I mean, bro, you really just have to be inspired yourself. You just have to be inspired yourself. I mean, like there's no if you just say this one thing is just going to change it all. Like, there's like this hack, like Krishna will give you like this hack or something, that, Hare Krishna is still here?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. So like, it's not like Krishna will give you some kind of a hack, where, you just, this one thing you say and everyone's going to buy a Bhagavatam. I haven't noticed anything like that in my own distribution for the past, 10 or 9 or 10 years, It's just different slopes for different folks, and you just have to be inspired. It's not mechanical. It's not mechanical. We have to, go it alone sometimes. You just have to do it. You just have to go out there and struggle. You have to just go there and put in the good work, put in some effort. But I'm telling you, man, like, out of your 40 men, find like 7 good men. And, their only service is to find one guy and distribute one Bhagavatam set every.
We'll implement immediately. From today only we'll
just do it. Do it. I'm telling you, that'll be a big change,
Like, yes, one of the year, actually, I remember, I think in 2017, one devotee was very fond of distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. So what happened was gradually that culture spread. Everyone, I also want to distribute. Then and that year, I remember that within a month, we distributed 50 Bhagavatam set.
That's amazing.
So that's how that if someone distribute, then others also get inspired. Oh, if he can do, I can also do. If others also, then there was a fight that they in the early morning, the first they load is Srimad Bhagavatam because it was very short. Yeah. Then the team is to complain that this team has taken many Bhagavatam. We don't have any Bhagavatam.
These are good problems to have. Yeah, that's good.
So that I was thinking that my main thing is that you are Acharya of Srimad Bhagavatam distribution. So and how?
And my Guru Maharaj, he is Acharya of Bhagavatam distribution. Me, I'm just a fallen rascal.
So mainly the thing is that we should be inspired to distribute. That I have to distribute Bhagavatam.
Yeah, you just have to do it. Prabhu, I'll tell you, it all boils down even to like one devotee breaking the ice. Yeah. One guy, just going. If one of y'all just went and did a Bhagavatam, right? It's gonna everyone's gonna be like, oh, he did it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta, it's just gonna take that one guy. Just a one, whoever it may be, It may even be a Bhakta Mahesh fresh off the streets. It could be anyone. It just could be anyone. It could be like your brand new, like 12-year-old Bhakta. It could be anyone. It could be you. Whatever. You just have to. Like which city are you Prabhu's in?
Right now we are in Rajasthan, Kota Prabhuji.
Okay, awesome.
So
great, yeah.
Today they have distributed around 610 Bhagavad Gita. So
that's nectar, man. That's really nectar. I'll tell you, that's amazing. But it's time to step it up.
Udaipur in 6 days they have distributed more than 5,000 Bhagavad Gitas. So
inconceivable. It's amazing. No. But now you should do Bhagavatam sets.
Yes.
You should tell them, nice, we distributed 5,000 Bhagavad Gitas, but we distributed 50 Bhagavatam.
Yes.
You should tell them like that.
Yes.
You should do like that. Bhagavatam. You should. They just have to. I don't have my jacket, but last year the devotees were. Our temple president Vishnu Prabhu was so pleased with Sankirtan devotees that he had a jacket printed for us. it says a Bhagavatam state of mind, and we have to be in that Bhagavatam state of mind, So you just have to be in that state of mind. Just do it.
There are many questions, Prabhuji, from devotee side.
Yeah, please. Let's go ahead.
One question is that people, they appreciate us when we speak, they get convinced. But when it comes to giving money or giving donation, they say they give various reasons. No, see, we are like this, that. So, and then we don't push them also. So, in that case, what we have to do, like
we have to push them. You only said we don't push them, so you should push them. That's all. You can coax them. Like you can प्यार से बोल सकते हैं उनको, please, please, just do it, please. Just do it. What's it? You tell them, you see, like I'm not giving you, like, how your cell phone itself is so expensive. Your like so many things that you have is so expensive. You can have money for like buying an iPhone or whatever the heck you have. Like, why can't you buy a Bhagavatam? And it's not that they just buy one phone. When there's an update, they buy the next phone and the phone after that.
Yes.
So yeah, you just have to convince them. It's like, I don't think I tell you, like, out of 100 people that give you excuses, maybe only like 2 or 3 of them may be genuine.
Oh, yes. Project, like, one more query is that, so how to come out of this mentality that when there is a person whom I'm approaching, but in mind constantly thoughts is going whether he will buy or not, whether he has money or not. How to come out of this thought process?
Well, we should get off the mental. We should get off the mental.
Then he was saying that how to inspire to take many Srila Prabhupada books. The two things. Because with this mentality, it is, even if we get small, also we become happy. But how to get out of this mentality and then have this mentality that I'll give this person entire set of Prabhupada books. So how to develop this mentality?
I mean, you just have to, Vishaya vinivartante nirahara siddhina raso varjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. You just have to get a higher taste. I'm telling you this. When you distribute a Bhagavatam, you'll probably lose your mind. Because, I mean, that's true. You will lose your mind, actually, when you distribute a Bhagavatam set. By Krishna's mercy, somehow I can say that I've experienced it several times. I was keeping a track. This year, I alone, not the team, but my personal score of Srimad Bhagavatams as of yesterday, I have a note on my phone, I think is probably 731 Bhagavatam, myself, and the whole team.
I think the entire India, they have not distributed this much. You have distributed a lot.
And the whole Krishna Life team is at 1300 says of Srimad Bhagavatam. And I was thinking, wow, man, I got to reach 1,000 Bhagavatams. I got to do 1,000 Bhagavatams, before this year is over. So I'm really pushing for that. Let's see. Maybe all of you bless me.
I know you need.
Maybe that's possible. But it's like, I'll tell you, like, you just have to get that higher taste, man. Like, once you distribute a Bhagavatam set, like, you will not want to go back to doing anything else. So actually, I want you, don't distribute the Bhagavatam if you want your life. Don't distribute the Bhagavatam if you want to stay comfortable. Because once you do it, then you're going to lose your mind. And that's all you want to do. So be careful. If you distribute this Bhagavatam set, you're going to get a higher taste. And once you get this higher taste, you will become mad. When you become mad, then, there's no mental institution which will take you in. You can become you'll be part of the madman party of the biggest madman, Lord Chaitanya.
We all wanted, Prabhuji, we all wanted. We wanted.
Very good.
Were you part?
Rupa Goswami says, parivadatu jano yatha tata va ananamukaro na vayam vicharayamaha hari rasa madhira madati mata bhuvi vilutthama natama nirvishama. Let the garrulous population, let these common people who are non-devotees of Krishna, let them say whatever they like. They can say whatever they want about the devotees or whatever. But as far as we're concerned, we will get drunk on what? Hari Rasa Madira. We will get the drunk of serving Lord Hari. Hari Rasa Madira. Madati Matta. If we will get drunk, we will get so drunk that we will lose our mind and we will roll on the floor. So like when you distribute a Bhagavatam, there's nothing higher than that. Other than distributing it along with the Chaitanya Charitamrita, of course. And then once you do it, there's nothing like it, actually. There's nothing like it. And try it out for you. Don't believe me. Try it out for yourself. Prabhuji, what is your name?
And it's Gopi Bhavdas.
Gopi Bhav, Prabhu. That's a very amazing name you have. Now you have to understand. Tava Katamritam Tapti Jivanam. Those, you have to understand this. This is the mood of the gopis that they want to go and give these out.
Yes, yes.
So when you distribute a Bhagavatam set, you are entering into that, internal potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually. Yes. You have to be tapped in. You have to be plugged into that spiritual potency.
Yes, yes. Yeah, please bless
Prabhuji. So yeah.
Please bless Prabhuji. Today only we will all start preaching Srimad Bhagavatam. And
go on. It's ridiculous. I think, me personally, I think it's ridiculous that you'll only do 10 Bhagavatams like this whole year. Come on, like you pick your 7 best men. Just
strategy will follow.
Set them out.
We will select 7, and then I'll also personally work every day to.
Yeah, you also do, Prabhuji. It's okay. Like, you can do other services later. You go and distribute books. This thing. I don't know what your service exactly is.
Like right now, I don't know, please, you can help me out. Before when I was started this, I used to do preaching. I mean, old time I used to distribute, but now I got into so much of management to find out spot, to organize, because it's a new.
Yeah, that's very important, right?
Cooking and this, and then dealing with devotees. This itself takes my whole time, because we have 40.
Yeah.
How to engage them, 40 devotees, which spot I should send, and which type of people they should approach. In that if that fails, then whole team gets they spaced out. So this goes, and then bringing books, and then all these things.
Yeah, that's very important service.
But I'm saying, Guruji, there's no rasa in this. This is actually, but even one book, if it is whatever the rasa you get, that is higher than all this managing that is there.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But it has to be done.
Even just by standing there, it gives a lot of rasa. Just for working, that I can feel. I have felt it, Guruji. But you can tell me how to come. I'm a little bit worried also. I should not be conditioned in this. Like, I'll be like this only. So I need your mercy so that I can distribute. So
I don't know about how to give. I'm not like a mercy giver kind of a guy. I'm a mercy taker. So but you just have to, I don't know, just figure it out, organize it better, just it shouldn't be, if it's 40 people, there's you just plan it the night before or something like that, just for me, I sat down yesterday morning for 2-3 hours, and I chalked out the entire plan as to who's going to be at what, what date, what time. I just chalked it all out, and I'm ironing out a few details, and I'm good to go. So and it may be, I'm not an organizer at all. Thank God I have my temple president, Vishnachitra Prabhu, who's organizing. And maybe you can take help of more expert organizers, who
yes, I have,
because I'm 40 people, we are struggling so much, but there's people with 4,000, 40,000 employees, and they still have time for leisure,
Yes.
So, so there must be devotees, maybe grihastas, ideally Gujaratis, you can ask them. My experience is they're very expert at organizing.
Prabhuji, actually, we are in travel, like in a one state, we are there for 7 days, and then we move on to next state, and we move on to next.
Yeah. So many logistics are there, Prabhuji, and you have to do it, what to do. Someone has to do it, otherwise the whole thing will collapse, But yeah, it's, you can take help of someone, maybe who's more experienced.
I'll plan like
You can start off by making some baby steps, like maybe you can go out for, 2 days out of the entire week or something like that.
I'll do that project, and I'll work on this Bhavatam. I'll try my level best to distribute Bhavatam, because the goal of Krishna conscious is to develop higher taste, and you've given the key how to develop higher taste. Even then, if you
Yeah.
then it is our foolishness. So thank you for giving such a wonderful.
Well, you can thank me later when you distribute lots of Bhagavatams. Then you can.
One more question is that, so
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
where we are so tired and sleepy because the whole day distributing. Generally, they go at 10:30 and then come back at 6:30, and they're very
Oh, that's
and then come to attentive japa, it becomes very tough. So how japa is actually affects our distribution, how
Prabhu.
chanting is, the connection is that is. Can you please share your experience?
Yeah, Prabhu. One thing, Ali Prabhupada writes in one purport that for any endeavor to be successful, 3 things need to be there: jnana, bala, and kriya. Knowledge, strength, and kriya, the activity itself. So we have to have that. We have to have knowledge. At least we should understand why we're doing what we're doing. And bala, some of my best days on book distribution were for me the days that I chanted really good rounds. Number one, and number two is, sorry, my phone is on low. Hare Krishna. Okay, yeah, my phone is running a little on battery, 20% left. And number two was when I took good prasadam and then I got good rest.
Yeah.
And when my kriya, the activity was just full on fired up, and I was able to do it. So it's my whole thing also is the way, again, strategizing. I like to strategize and do all these things. My whole thing is to work harder, to work smarter and not harder. To work smarter. Like, I know that if my men have this much rest, they can go on, their output will be more. People are actually surprised. Oh my God, you let them sleep in the day like this. Yeah, but I tell them, you see who's distributing more books than us in the world, man to man, face to face. No one is doing that. Palena parichayate, you see by results. So the most important thing is that devotees have enough rest to chant a good japa the next morning. There are days which we're going to be stretched. We're going to stretch ourselves. There are days we're going to be stretching ourselves, but overall, the first priority should be that the devotees are, getting enough rest so they can chant their rounds properly and hear Bhagavatam properly. That is good for the short term and the long term also. So that should be prioritized actually. How to do that? That's your headache. You have to figure out how to do it. But yeah, if the devotees have enough rest, it's very helpful for them.
Another is that sometimes when I push a person to buy a set or more number of books, he gets scared and goes without buying even a single book, even though he looks enough. How to judge whom and till what extent
We don't know, bro. We don't know. Like some people, we tell them, okay, if you can't take the Bhagavatam, at least you can buy the Saptarishi set from us. We don't know. And it's happened to me several times where a person could have at least taken 7 books, but I was showing them the Bhagavatam and they didn't take anything and they left. It's happened. But the truth is that I've had more success than failure in that regard. You see, I'll tell you one thing, someone's got to do it. Okay. Someone's got to do it. You have to do it. You just have to go and do it. And like Bhakti Thakur says, nothing is perfect in the beginning. From impurity, perfection comes about. So yeah, you just have to do it. Someone has to do it. Why not you? Lord Chaitanya is going to do it anyway. Why not take the credit for it? That's all.
Guruji, like, do you show 18 volumes or set of Bhagavatam, or one by one to everyone, or give introduction to it?
No, I just have a table, like a small table set up with all the books, like that. Or like I just like
But how do you carry
open the
so much of
Huh?
sets? You keep it in the bus only, so many sets.
Yeah. I have a truck now. We have a pickup truck. It's not like a lorry, but I could send you some videos. You'll see.
Yes,
But yeah, I have a pickup truck. We're getting a trailer to go with it, big, so we can either live in it or haul books in it. So
so you show.
Yeah, I take it where I go. Bhagavatam.
Show entire. You speak and then you show, or you show the books.
Show and speak and show, but sell somehow. So many devotees, they start like, they get like, what were you thinking when you said that? What were you saying? Stop getting so mental. Just go and, just do it, just like, go and do it. Like show and speak, or speak and show, or like show while speaking or speak while showing, like, just whatever works for you, just be comfortable and do it,
Guruji, like one more thing is that how do you select the place, Guruji? Like you just randomly go to any place, or you center the class of people stay? Like generally what we do is that we select that where the elite class people is there, where they can appreciate books. So such type of crowds where there we go. And then when
That's
we,
good.
So, and then Prabhuji, like if you approach certain type of preaching, there's some people actually they're not happy with the way we are preaching. So, and then some give negative feedback also. So, and then maybe the authorities or the organization also may think that this is not the right way. But we can see that the Falena the so many books goes in that way. So, what is the first preference?
Yeah.
What we should?
I mean, it like requires some intelligence. We should learn the art of selling books and not flying people out.
Okay. So that then we have a strategy where the lot of books goes, and then we can go by that, or
yeah. You see, the thing is, you could go to one spot and do like 1,000 books in one day, and never be allowed to go to that spot again. Or you could go to that spot and do 600 books in one day. Then you'll be allowed to distribute books there longer, for more days and years to come, and you can distribute so many more books there. It requires some intelligence, There's, it's not like this, or is it like that? It's not. It requires some intelligence. You have to scope it out. You have to feel it out for yourself. And just I'll tell you, like, there's 40. If you do, all 40 of your parents have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Parents?
No.
Yeah, your parents, your family. Do they have a Bhagavatam set?
सब लोग का परिवार में है? कितने लोग का है? कितने लोग का नहीं है? Almost 10 to 15.
Then there you go. There's 15 Bhagavatams right there. They'll buy. Like, come on, I gave my life to this. Can't you please buy a Bhagavatam, please? Like, it's a Prabhupada marathon, please. Like, and they'll buy it.
Yes. I'll give to my family this time.
Yeah, not just, we call up your like Amma, Baba, Dada, whoever, Chacha, Chachi, like call up everyone sell them Bhagavatams, That's what my god brother, he's doing, Jagan Mohan Prabhu, he's like, calling up everyone that he knows and all that stuff, and
Yes. I told them. And in the beginning only I told, call from childhood whomever you know. Just make sure you touch them, ask them, request them to get the. But now we should preach Bhagavatam. Everyone should take Bhagavatam.
Yeah. You could call up everyone and also like just do it somehow or the other. Just do it,
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was so inspiring. And I feel like keep on speaking with you. I just want to hear more.
Well, you'll be wasting your time. Well, you could go out there distributing books,
Prabhuji, this will give us a lot of strength. And you're actually lifted us from you made us grow within 1 hour to 1.5 I don't know how many hours went. So you made us grow, and now to think big, and then that is something very important which I really felt. And that's why even before starting Bhagavatam, marathon, we were every day we were listening to you, so that we get that mood of distributing books. So Prabhuji, I know that you'll be very busy. In between, if you get some time, please give your association for even for short time maybe. So
Sure, bro. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Our marathon starts on the 17th of November.
then please,
It's gonna go.
you can share at least a little bit when during, like, even if it is recording something, we can get it, like how was the day, or any something like you felt
You
very.
see, what you do, Gopi Bhav Prabhu, is I could get your phone number.
Yes,
and I could add you to a Krishna Life Sankirtan WhatsApp group that we have.
yes,
And you can see our daily pictures, and you can see our daily book scores, daily videos. Okay. If you could text it to me, or Mahesh, if you could text it to me,
yes,
text Prabhuji's number.
I will share, bro.
Yeah, and then I will I could add you, and then you can see for yourself, every
Yes,
day, and
yes.
we can stay in touch, and you could propose some dates in advance, and if I could free myself up, I certainly will, but I can't promise anything during the marathon, unfortunately.
Whenever, like, it will be dynamic, like whenever you see that, so that every, like, in between we keep on getting such kind of inspiration. Definitely we'll keep going, and then definitely by this.
Yeah. Please, I would also like to know whether like this talk was useful or not.
Definitely
well, I mean,
last time in the month of December, I think on December 15th, we played your lecture. Everyone was distributing sets. Nobody was
Wow.
distributing single books. They were just distributing one time it came, people were giving cottons. They were the devotee was distributing 1-2 books. He was giving cottons to devotee. I was so surprised how important is to hear from a devotee who is doing this. So that's why I use that first. We should listen to Prabhuji, because by the devotee who is already doing that from we should get the mood from. And that is how we can also. That's what, and it really worked, Prabhuji, and definitely if we keep on giving your association, definitely we are actually a comfortable zone, so we want to come out.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, your real Krishna consciousness starts outside your comfort zone.
Yes,
so just get out of your comfort zone, that way you'll be brahmachari also longer.
Yes,
Get out of your comfort zone. And then Prabhu, you're saying this, like I listen to Prabhupada's lectures, and my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj's lectures, I listen to them every day, and they, from his lectures, actually all this strength and all that comes in. Whatever I say, I'm only repeating what I've heard from him. I'm very foolish, actually. I don't have any intelligence or anything. I'm simply repeating what he says, so, hearing from me is a waste of time, more or less. You can hear from Maharaj, hear from Prabhupada, but anyway, if it's of some use, you may also hear. And one thing I'll tell you, this, if one book which really helped me increase my book distribution is this book, by my Guru Maharaj. It's called On Speaking Strongly in Srila Prabhupada's Service. This book is really, once I read that book, that I got like this realization as to how to really go about it, and how to distribute more books. So please, if you have the time,
yes,
I strongly recommend you read the book On Speaking Strongly.
Thank you, Prabhuji, and
Thank you.
Ki Prabhuji gave so much of time, and this is really very, very helpful for us, Prabhuji, and opening our mind and thinking big, and then especially preaching about Srimad Bhagavatam. So please bless us, you can follow, and we'll definitely update you about our Bhagavatam.
Yeah, please. I'm telling you, really, you call up all your family members who don't have Bhagavatam sets and sell them sets.
Today, I think सब लोग कॉल करिए, सब लोग आज एक भागवतम बटिए. हरि बोल. ये भी एक भागवतम जरूर बट, आप लोग कम है, एक मिनिमम मैक्सिमम का तो लिमिट है, मिनिमम सब हम सब मिलके
मिनिमम।
एक भागवतम आज बांटेंगे, और हम प्रभु जी को आज रिपोर्ट देंगे सोने के पहले। महेश प्रभु रिपोर्ट भेजेंगे और नाम के साथ कौन कौन आता। थैंक यू।
दैट बी बहुत बहुत बढ़िया होगा। और आप हर हफ्ते मुझे अगर बोल सकते हैं कि आप कितने पुस्तक वितरण किए, वो भी बहुत अच्छा होगा।
नहीं, डेफिनेटली आई विल अपडेट प्रभु जी, आई विल डू दैट। थैंक यू प्रभु जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you.
वैसे हम
Prabhu, please let me.
हरे कृष्ण।
You know, one thing, this Prabhupada marathon, all the devotees in Krishna life have challenged me that my scores against all their scores combined, and let's see who does more. So for me, dishonor is worse than death. So I had to accept that challenge. But it seems they're some of the best book distributors in the world, and they're trying to, So I have to somehow, if I could, beat them, that'll be very amazing. So I would like to request
हम
all
भी
your blessings.
हम भी थोड़ा भाव लेंगे, एटलीस्ट हम सब मिलके प्रभु जी का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ेंगे एक दिन
Okay.
अब
Good luck.
जैसे धन्यवाद देंगे हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र बोल के, हरे कृष्णा
Hare
कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे हरे
Rama, Hare
राम 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 हरे हरे। His grace,
Jai.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Taking over the world with Srila Prabhupada's transcendental book distribution ki jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I look forward to staying in touch and seeing you again sometime soon, Krishna willing.
वांछा कल्पतरु
Krishna Krishna Paitanam Pavani Vaishnavi.
हरे